Chains, Part 7. Written by dhonash, narrated by Lucy Hillman. I laid there trying to find some way of coping with the fact that I was just kidnapped. I made all of the classic mistakes. I told no one where I was going, I didn't have any kind of plan, and I walked into the woods alone with not so much as a coat. My fists clenched as I heard the terrible scraping sound coming closer. My captor leered into the cell and said he knew you wouldn't be able to stay away. He was right. The disgusting man opened the cell door. I screamed and pulled against the chains with all of my strength. To my surprise, I slipped free from one of the leg restraints. I immediately kicked at him. He blurted a sound of disgust and smacked me in the head with some kind of makeshift leather club. The next few moments were a blur. I heard the cell door slam closed. The leg I managed to get free was bound again with some old rope. I was about to work it free when I heard someone whispering outside the cage offering help. I couldn't see the man. I whispered back to him that I was injured and could get free with some help, but in that instant I heard screaming from the other end of the stone corridor. There was a short fight, the clattering of metal, and then a blood-curdling snap. The restraints kept me from leaning far enough forward to see what was going on. I pressed my would-be rescuer for information in low whispers until the door above swung open. The same scraping from before chilled me to my core. I waited silently for a moment. A truly demented laughter filled the corridor before my kidnapper yelled at the stranger, "I'm done being patient with you. You won't last the night." I heard the stranger leave like a coward, knowing that I was here basically helpless. My indignation at being left was short-lived. I heard the kidnapper shuffling down the stairs and into view. He stopped suddenly, shoving some grotesque hooked weapon into his rusty leg brace before looking over at me with a wide grin. He walked past my cell, over to where I had heard the stranger. I heard an unsettling guttural sound. When he walked back into view, he was carrying a body and suddenly slammed it face first by the collar against the metal bars of my cage. "Anyone you know?" he asked me chidingly. It was Chris. At the sight of my boyfriend with a mangled fracture and in the throes of a traumatic convulsion, I lost any semblance of sanity or hope that I might get out of here alive. I screamed involuntarily, and tears filled my eyes as my captor's laughter echoed once again through this terrible dungeon. He once again shouldered Chris and moved slowly up the stone steps.